Harrison, a follow-up about the coronavirus and the impact specifically here in South Carolina. Governor Henry McMaster has asked South Carolina schools to resume 5-day face-to-face instruction. And quite frankly, I have talked to many teachers and parents who want to do the very same if it's done safely. Here's the concern. Senator Graham, you and your colleagues, I know you had a coronavirus test either yesterday or today, and the other officials that we're hearing about, you get your results in a matter of hours. Here in South Carolina, people are waiting for days, sometimes more than a week, to get results. And we know how critical that is in terms of containing the virus. The question is, should we ask our teachers to return to class for 5-day face-to-face instruction without having access to widespread rapid testing to quickly identify and contain those cases in schools?
I think we should allow our parents to make a decision about what's best for their children. And if a teacher doesn't want to go back to the classroom, I won't make them. I've supported legislation that increased unemployment benefits because people lost their job at no fault of their own. I've been trying to get our PPP, the masks, gloves that were all in China back in America, and let American textile companies make it here at home so we're not so dependent. But the one thing we're not going to do, if I'm your senator, is shut the country down. We're going to open up safely. We're now getting back to business here in South Carolina. Shutting the country down has a effect of its own. Alcoholism up, domestic violence. So we're going to handle this virus. But this issue about how to rebuild America, who do you trust? Donald Trump, who gave you the best economy before the virus? Or do you trust liberal Democrats? And let me tell you, the nightmare scenario for our state, if they keep the House, take over the Senate, and Biden's president, God help us all, and Mr. Harrison's a Democratic senator, the most liberal agenda in the history of American politics is coming out of the House to the Senate. Medicare for all takes away your private health care. They're going to stack the Supreme Court. You got to understand what's at stake here.
Thank you very much. Mr. Harrison, the same question to you. Should we ask our teachers to return to 5-day face-to-face instruction without first having access to widespread rapid testing?
You know, as a father of 2 boys and one that is in 1st grade for the first time, it's hard. Teaching your kids from home is very, very difficult. If nobody has an appreciation of teachers or didn't before the coronavirus, they better have an appreciation right now. We need a strategy, a 50-state strategy, and the failure of leadership. Again, we're not blaming anybody for the inception of this, but the failure of leadership of addressing this. We failed to act. The Senate failed to act. The White House failed to act. The governor failed to act. We need leaders who are going to step up and act. We need testing here in South Carolina. We need to make sure that we have a mandate that said, folks, please just wear your mask so that we can bring down the transmission of this virus and then open our economy back up. Right now, so many families have so many issues that they're dealing with, Judy. Again, 750,000 people unemployed. And Senator Graham said, over our dead bodies will we allow a federal extension of the unemployment benefit. Folks need that money. The small businesses need that money, but we need leadership in order to get the things that are so necessary for our families to open back up.
Thank you, sir. We want to bring, he did mention your name. We have 45 seconds if you'd like to provide a rebuttal.
And I supported the phase 3, but I said then that if you pay people more not to work than to work, you're going to have a problem, and it turned out to be true. Joe Cunningham understands, the Democrat in Charleston. It's been really hard on hotels and restaurants to get back in business when you're paying people more to be unemployed than to be employed. I want to help people. I want to be responsible. I want us to go back to school. We've passed a very robust package. I'm willing to do more. But ladies and gentlemen, this virus is going to pass. What kind of country are you going to have if liberal Democrats run the House, the Senate, and take over the White House? They're going to do away with the Electoral College, where New York and California pick your president. They're going to pack the Supreme Court with liberals. That's what's at stake in this election.
Your time
Don't be
has expired, sir. But let me ask you a quick follow-up, because you say that the issue is about paying people more when they're not working versus what they earn by going to their job. But Governor McMaster has said that protocols are being put in place at the Department of Employment and Workforce to make sure that benefits are terminated for anyone who refuses to turn to work. So a lot of people that we've heard from want to understand why you're taking that position if we are putting protocols in to prevent your concern.
Well, it helps to have actually run a business. My family runs a restaurant, a bar, and a liquor store. And here's what I can tell you. When you're paying $23 an hour not to work, it's pretty hard to get people to come back, and they get mad at when you ask them to come back to work for $18 an hour. I saw this coming. Joe Cunningham understands that what we've done is you paid people more not to work than work. I've run a business. I know what it's like to compete with your own government. The one thing I can tell you for small businesses in South Carolina, we've got to be generous to people who've been unemployed to no fault of their own, but you can't pay them more not to work than to work. I'm for making you whole, not giving you a pay raise in unemployment. And my liberal Democratic friends don't understand that. I do. My family ran a business.
Thank you, sir.